We've gotten so many calls on it, and even though we ran it not too long ago, people are just enthralled with a dog named Rodeo. Here's Dave Walker.
I'll be second last. I'll be last.
Thousands flee their homes as a levee breaks near Olivehurst. Get out, Jim and Janice Thompson are told. They escaped their home in minutes, left behind horses, cattle, and several dogs, including a border collie named Rodeo.
I woke up this morning waiting for you to show my house. I knew you would.
And as daylight breaks, Live Copter 3 pilot Michael Kidd spots Rodeo perched on an ever-shrinking rooftop.
We saw him sitting there forlornly just out on the rooftop.
Throughout the day, as the water laps ever higher, viewers anxiously wonder, will Rodeo be rescued? Toward nightfall, Rodeo is still there, staring at the encroaching water. It's a desperate scene tugging at the hearts of viewers and Michael Kidd and photographer Ron Middlekauff, hovering above.
The dog just sitting there, the water's going up, the dog's, doesn't have much longer, and you know what the right thing to do is. And I don't know which one of us said it first, but we got to get the dog. And Ron was up for it, and, he really hung himself out there, literally, and we did it. It was kind of risky, but it was worth it.
1 foot on the skids, 1 foot on the roof, one hand on the inside rail, and one hand leaning out, calling for the dog, and just kind of kept leaning in, trying to get...
What's Rodeo doing as you're calling for him?
Shivering with just petrified. And I kind of leaned back in to tell Michael, lower, forward, straight, little direction, and he put it in. Michael put that right on the dime, and he'd have given you 9 cents change. And that dog stuck his neck out just far enough, got him by the collar, and I just
pulled
one
him
lift in, and I said, lift off. And he pulled up, and the dog was in. I slammed the door shut, and we were out of there. High fives all the way. Talk about an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, I heard a lot of laughing and screaming going on back there.
Oh, man, it was great.
I looked back there, and this dog is just hugging Ron. And throughout the night, the dog is just looking at him like...
Love at first sight.
That's it.
Watching Rodeo's TV rescue, Janice Thompson cherished the moment in an otherwise bitter day of loss.
And to find Rodeo in the house was a kind of like a spark of hope.
And finally, the reunion.
Guy, hi. Well, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you.
I'm glad we were able to do it.
Weighted under by doggy biscuits, well-wishers, and colleagues, Michael, Ron, and a dog named Rodeo brought Northern Californians a brief respite from the ongoing deluge of misery and disaster.
Oh, what a fantastic story. You never can get enough of that.
No, you can't, and we told it earlier, but they landed out there, and I think Michael Kidd mentioned that Ron really likes hamburgers. Really likes hamburgers, and they're his kibbles and bits. And I guess when they landed at Executive Airport, there were about 25 to 30 people with hamburgers for Ron
that's great.
and dog biscuits for Rodeo. So
what did Michael get?
Oh, Michael.
Poor Michael.
I'm sure. Actually, you know what Michael did get? They both got marriage proposals. That's
but
right.
they're both taken.
And they got faxes and all sorts of things. And but they said they refused the label of hero. That it was the that they weren't heroes. But they watched heroes all morning long in terms of the National Guard and the Coast Guard folks who worked to get the people out of Olivehurst this morning.